So what's up guys? So it's been a while since I did one of these vlogs, and I think the last time I did it was in December. Unfortunately, because I've been quite busy with work and then with the whole coronavirus thing happening, I haven't actually been able to do any traveling since then, which is a bit of a shame. Now it's been about 2 years now since I've moved to Japan. With the 2-year mark comes the fact that I have to move out of my current apartment. I'm actually currently staying in the Tokyo University apartments, and they only allow a maximum of 2 years. So because of that, I've been apartment hunting for the last month or so, and I found an apartment I really like. I set it all up, and today is the first day I'm moving in. So I'm currently in my new apartment. Let's show you around. So this is the living room here. It doesn't seem too big, but it's about the same size as my current one. So this is the wardrobe, which is slightly bigger than the one I had back in my other place. Hallway. So this is a small little bathroom here. And here is the toilet. Place for the washing machine, shoe locker, other things up there, and my tiny little kitchen. Probably gonna be a fridge around here, and yeah, that's really about it. Okay, just to show you what we bought for starts. Hand soap, sort of a sheet for me to set up the furniture on, a LAN cable if I need it. This stuff here I hope is extra, but I bought it just in case. First one is a cockroach trap. So supposedly what this does is that it poisons the cockroach, but not kill it immediately. But what happens is that they'll go back to the nest. Once they die, the other people will start eating them, and then they get poisoned too. So this is supposedly very effective at getting rid of roaches. Just on the off chance that it doesn't work, I've got a spray dedicated for roaches, and because I absolutely hate these things, I'll use this to pick them up. So this is how that cockroach thing is meant to look like, and the idea is that you more or less just place them around places where the cockroach is likely to come from. Okay, so I ordered some furniture from Notori that won't be coming for a few days, but that's where I'm going to be setting up from. Those who don't know, Notori is kind of Japan's equivalent to IKEA. Pretty cheap stuff, pretty good, but most of them you have to build it yourself. So those should be coming tomorrow, hopefully. In the meantime, this will be my first ever lunch in this apartment. So onigiri, salted bread with egg inside, and a hot dog. So yeah, one weird thing about Japanese apartments is that, you know, most other countries I expect you may have to bring your own light bulbs and stuff. Here, not only do you have to bring a light bulb, you got to replace the whole light up there. So because of that, I purchased, you know, brand new lights and also stepladder to help me install it. I must say though, I was expecting this to be a lot, I don't know, smaller. I mean, doesn't even fit on the camera screen. Yeah, this is one of those fancy ones that I guess I'll change the color of the light and the brightness of it as well, which is pretty cool. Okay, so someone from the gas company just came past just to turn on the gas and check some of the appliances. Yep, so this is our gas stove. So before we start, we must get that one going because we don't want any fumes or smoke coming up here. This is easy, so I'll just turn this on, and voila, with a fire. And with that, we're mostly done for the first day. So we set up the light, gas is on, so now power, water, gas, utilities are set up, apart from internet. I don't know when that will be. They were meant to have contacted me a few days ago regarding that. They haven't done it. So we'll see. So I'll come back tomorrow. We'll be setting up some furniture, not all of it, but most of it. We'll be starting to set up. So yes, see you tomorrow. Okay, so day 2 today. We're expecting some furniture to come in within the next 2 hours, and basically I'll just be setting them up and putting it against that wall over there. So nothing too much today, but let's get going. And my furniture has arrived. Well, there's one bookshelf mostly done. Just need to screw in those things at the side there, and then I can put the shelves on. And making a start on my second one now. That's more or less what that part of the room is going to look like. Okay, so that's basically me done for the day after I set up both bookshelves and a table. You may have also noticed I've not fixed up the shelves. That's because I'm only moving my things into this room on Wednesday, so I'll hire a mover to help me with that. And I'll only fix the shelves once I figure out exactly what's going in them. Anyway, so that's me for the day. Tomorrow we're having some appliances delivered, so I have to be here quite early in the morning because that's when the first one will come, and then I need to go for some meetings in the afternoon and I'll come back for the rest. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, so day 3 of setting up my apartment. Not doing too much today. I'm just waiting for some appliances to arrive, so mostly the washing machine, fridge, and a microwave. Yep, so while waiting, I've just sort of set up a temporary workspace down there. I really need the chair so I can start using that, but I won't be moving my stuff from the other apartment to here, well, the bigger stuff from my other apartment to here until tomorrow. My microwave has arrived. Yay! It's one of those microwaves with like a built-in oven function as well, so hopefully I can do some good cooking with this stuff. It is a bit bigger than I thought it is. It's quite a big boy. Yep, so that's kind of how the microwave looks. It's not going to be there, I'm going to put it on top of the fridge, but the fridge hasn't arrived yet. You see, obviously everything's in Japanese. But looks pretty simple enough. This is the booklet here, and I believe it's a whole bunch of recipes and instructions on how to use the microwave ovens. Yeah, so you can see different foods in there. It looks pretty good. I'm very excited to try this one out. Ooh. Pizza. Oh, looks pretty good. Very excited to try it. Yeah, and in addition to that, my washing machine came earlier. So that's over there. 7 kgs, yep. No drying function though, so it's only washing. It's pretty decent size there. Well, the fridge has arrived, so microwave on top of that. Now, it is a bit of a deep unit, and I do have to leave about 7.5 centimeters between this side here and the wall. So because of that, it is sort of jutting out a bit. It's a bit unfortunate, but you know, that's one of the problems with this tiny little hallway here, but no, we'll make do. There's still space enough to open the door. So top part's the fridge. Not bad room. I think it's a bit smaller than the one in my current apartment though. But what's good about this place is that it's a pretty decent sized freezer. So tomorrow will be sort of probably the biggest day because I'll be moving most of my stuff over. So my work computer, my chair, my belongings, clothes, everything, most of them will be coming tomorrow. And I'll probably look to set most of things up in the afternoon. But anyway, that's it for me tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Now before I head off, just show you the view. Let me turn off the light. Yeah, that's my nighttime view. And if I look over here, you can kind of see sky trees off peeking out the top there. That emergency light's going to be very annoying though. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. What's up guys? So, focus. Sorry, glasses are fogging up. Day 4. Day 4 moving into my new apartment. See, I'm wearing a mask because I had a meeting this morning and then a couple of movers just came by to help me with the stuff across. So, all my stuff is here. Yay, well, not all, let's say maybe 90 to 95% worth of it, but most of them are here. So yeah, I don't think I'll unpack everything today, mostly because the bed hasn't came yet, so yeah, the space is still empty. And that's meant to come tomorrow. And then the mattress, I think the day after that. And I still got a few more kitchen stuff to come as well. Right, so this is my bento. And let's use the microwave for the first time. So metal tray out, because I'm going to be using the microwave function. That's right, I need to plug it in. Konbini bento, okay, so number 1, atata me iro, so various things to warm. Change the function to number 5. Various. There be 1. No. Am I doing this right? Yeah, I'm doing it right with my number 5 middle start. I think. Is that right? I guess we'll find out eventually. The microwave seems to have worked well. You can still see a bit of steam coming out. Well, I can anyway. I don't know whether you can. So yeah, the microwave works very well. It also played a very cute music as well when it was done. Yeah, so yeah, look at this view. I mean, this building out there is still a bit of an eyesore, but you can see something out there, and it's off the top of Skytree just sticking out. Then of course, if I look out that way, yeah, I'm pretty happy with this apartment. Okay, so I think what I'll do is I'll get the books out first, all the big things first, and then I'll set up that bookshelf to put it in. And other things that are more decorative stuff or clothes, I'll probably leave in the boxes for now. But I do want to try to clear up as many boxes as I can before tomorrow, so that whoever's coming to sell the bed will have enough room. So let's do that. Alright, we've hit a bit of a snag because, yeah, this shelf here is a bit too narrow, so I'm going to have, the problem is that this one's fixed, so I'm going to have to unscrew that one and reposition that, so bummer. So that's the PC setup. And we're done here for the day, so it was mostly just, you know, setting up that bookshelf there, the PC. I still haven't unpacked a lot of my belongings yet, as I mentioned. The bed is going to be built around here tomorrow. Not by me, it's by some other people. So because of that, I want to give them some space. Now I won't be sleeping to this room until maybe Friday the earliest, because I think that's when the mattress is coming. I also don't have curtains delivered into Monday next week. I'm going back for the day. I'll come back tomorrow. So I came a bit early today because I was expecting quite a few deliveries. One of them was a modem, which I wasn't quite sure when they'll send it. So it came just before 9 o'clock, so I'm glad it came quite early. And it's pretty easy to set up in the end, so I've got internet now. Yay! So the good news with this, it means that I can finally start working from here. And some more deliveries just came in, so these ones I'll need to unpack pretty quickly before the bed comes. So I believe this is the washing pole, which I put out there. This one is some containers that I put some clothes and spare stuff in, and I'm hoping that bottom one's the kitchen stuff. Alright, so that was somewhat straightforward. That one gave me a bit of trouble though. I'll put those two in the bathroom for now because my intention is to put clothes and stuff in them and put them in the wardrobe. At the moment, that's where all my other unpacked stuff is because I need the space for the bed. These ones are going to the kitchen. So this one here, oh, it's very wobbly, but it's okay. My intention is to try to fit it in there. Perfect. So like, okay, I need about 2 centimeters of space, so maybe more like that. Done. So the purpose is that when I'm cooking, I need some sauce or something, I just grab it out, grab it from there, since there's a sort of a lack of space for that. These ones, you might notice that I have a lack of shelves in the kitchen, so that's what I need these ones for. My intention for these are to fit both of them in there, kind of like that. I hope there's enough room for that. Should be enough room. And fit in there. Perfect. And we've got the bed. Yay! Okay, so that's almost everything sorted out, really. With regards to the bed itself, what happened was that firstly, one of the person came just to ask me whether it was okay for them to come in, leave the door open, that sort of thing. Then he gave me a form to look at, which basically said along the lines of, you know, I have to keep an eye out on what they're doing, make sure they don't steal any of my valuables, and then once they're done, check whether the bed's in okay condition, whether they make any damages to the floor, that sort of thing. When they came, they were pretty much almost done, maybe 10 minutes or so. That was really quick. Definitely be a lot quicker than what I would have done. I'd probably taken maybe an hour to sort out something this heavy. Yeah, one thing I forgot to mention about the bed is that you can see over there. So we've got some power plugs, so you can put your phone on and stuff, and then there's another switch there, which is a nightlight. Yeah, so this is probably the most fancy bed I've ever gotten. I got this idea when I stayed at a few hotels over New Year's when they had something similar. And I thought, well, it'd be useful to have one of my own. So there we go. Now I don't even need a headlight. guys, day 7 today. We're gonna update. I had my bit yesterday, so it's meant to take about 2-3 days before it fully puffs up. So I'm not gonna be sleeping on it yet. I'm just gonna let it rest. I've also got some seismic braces for supporting the bookshelves, just in case an earthquake happens. I don't want them toppling over. Alright, so just stopped by Daiso, got something for lunch as well, and just walking past Ueno Park on the way home. See, it's cherry blossom season at the moment, which is pretty cool. It's a tad crowded for my liking at the moment. Yeah, so this is sort of like a small little appliances corner, and of course I got my Wi-Fi router set up as well. Yeah, so tomorrow I'm expecting a few more deliveries for the washing machine and the bathroom. But the biggest thing tomorrow is the day I'm leaving my old apartment. So it's going to be sad because that has more or less been my home for the last 2 years. It's my first home in Japan, let's put it that way. I'm going to bring you back there right now. One last look. Let's go. Alright, so back in my old apartment. Let's have one quick look around and then let's have a bit of a talk. Pretty sure I already did a tour of this apartment when I first moved in, but you know, so this is the last time, let's do another one. So bed, shelves at the bottom for clothes and stuff. Nothing much else around here apart from the intercom on that wall. Window, door, and a place to hang the laundry. On this side here, there's a table and some lights. A wardrobe in here, kitchen area, there's a electronic stove, microwave and fridge came with the furnishings. I used that as a pantry, and that's the shoe locker place. And this is the bathroom, so washing machine also came with the place, a sink, toilets, precious commodity, mirrors. And in here, there's the shower room and a decent sized bathtub. So, and yeah, there's never been too much of a view here, so that's one of the advantages of my new apartment. Okay, so before I get too sentimental, first thing I want to talk about is sort of how I got my new apartment. One thing you have to deal with in Japan is that there is quite a bit of discrimination against foreigners when it comes to renting apartments. A lot of time, if you don't speak any Japanese, and if you are a foreigner, then almost immediately they'll say no. So because of this, I decided to go through Gaijin Bot, so I'm more familiar with companies that are more suited to working with foreigners. And so I found quite a few apartments that I liked, and 2 of them I really liked. Both listings are from different companies. I met up with the first one probably about early February. The consensus was that because I was only looking to move about end of March, it was still a bit early in February. The main reason why is because in Japan, you know, if you rent an apartment, the landlord would like you to move in almost immediately. Which is fair enough. I mean, you know, they do want to make some money. So meeting the first real estate agent was quite educational. So at this time of the year is actually sort of the peak season, so there's good and bad stuff to it. The good thing is that there's a lot of apartments available because there's a lot of people moving out. The bad news, everyone else is also looking for apartments, so even though there's a lot available, most are just taking up like that. Another thing that I learned as well is that a lot of those listed on Gaijin Pod are actually quite old or are no longer available. Once again, it's probably because the moment the listing comes, it's almost gone immediately. And another thing that I learned is that almost all of them have access to the same database. So there's a database of all these listings that you can look at, what's an apartment, what sort of rent it would be. And then once you find one that looks decent, they'll contact the property management company. But anyway, she said it was too early, so maybe I should come back middle of February or maybe towards the end of February. In the meantime, we started looking with the second company. Now the second company actually gave us a form to fill out. And one of the questions on there was, am I dealing with another real estate agent? Which I said yes, because I want to be honest. And I believe that sort of influenced them to work a bit faster. Unlike the first one that said come back in a couple of weeks, this one started looking immediately, which I was quite impressed with, but at the same time I was a bit worried because I felt that they were pushing things along a bit too quickly. She looked in the database and found about 7 or 8 apartments that I quite liked, but unfortunately I felt the prices were a bit on the high side. All these are basically maybe very close to my limit or exceeding it. I found 2 that I really liked. First thing is I want to look at the location of it. So the first one I was looking at, the rent was only like 70 or 80,000 yen. I said only, but that is quite cheap for this area. It was on the 7th floor at the street corner. It looks like it has quite a decent view. It's quite reasonable size as well. So that's almost everything that I'm looking for. However, when I went there, I noticed there's actually a ramen restaurant right in front of it. And just walking past the ramen restaurant, there was such a strong smell coming from the ramen restaurant that the first thing I think about is how am I going to do laundry in this place? Now I went on Reddit just to see what other people's experiences were living near the ramen restaurants. And the first thing they said is, forget the smell, what about the bugs? What about the rodents? I'm like, I did not even think about that. So immediately I said, no, I can't take this one. So the second one's in Nishi Nippori, which is a bit further away from the university. But it's reasonably close to several major train lines. But when I'm walking around there, I felt this is almost like an industrial area. And then the street that the building was located in was very narrow, but it had a whole bunch of small little grocery stores and things like that. So on one hand it's very convenient. On the other hand, there was just trucks going up and down the whole time, and like, I can't live here. And so I took the real estate agent, and I don't like these 2 options because of these particular reasons. So maybe 1.5 weeks passed, and she also found 3 other accommodation options. Now one option was located at Idabashi, which I really like Idabashi. But this one was a bit further out from Idabashi train station itself, which means that it's going to take me quite a while to get to work here in the morning. So I kind of said no to that, even though it was quite cheap. Second one was quite close to where I'm staying, I believe, but it was a bit too expensive, so I said no. The third one, however, was almost the same price, but it was located in Yushima. So if I walk out entrance of the building, I'm basically in downtown Ueno. It was really good location. It was also quite reasonably close to my university as well. So both of those combined, I was very interested in this option. The only problem, it was so small. I mean, you see the size of this bedroom right now. Imagine half that size. That's the size of the bedroom there. Now the kitchen, the bathroom, everything else was amazing in that apartment. But that bedroom was just too bloody small. And I mean, the view wasn't the best either, but it was something. It wasn't as bad as what I'm having right now. But anyway, I said no to that particular option because I felt it was too expensive. Remember, this is all dealing with the second real estate agent. Remember, the first one said come back in a couple of weeks. And so we had actually arranged a meeting with the second one, with the first one quite a while back. And so the time to meet up with her again has came along, so we went to see her this time. And she came up with about 2 options that were almost perfect. It was right within my price range. It was the size of the room I was looking for. It's sort of in an area that I like. And so I looked at both of them. One option I found was actually located above a delivery center. So, you know, you hear a lot of trucks going back and forth a lot, so it'd be quite noisy. The second option is the one I finally chose, because that was very close to the university. It had a decent view, it was a very good price, the room size was great. It was everything I was looking for in an apartment. And so based on this experience, what I found is that don't just go with one option of one real estate agent. I'll go with multiple. Have them compete against each other. Maybe, you know, who knows, they may be able to outdo each other somewhat. And based on this experience, I would highly recommend the first one, which is Agatha, Superstar from Agatha. So that's the one I worked with. She was amazing. Main thing, do your research. Know what price range you're looking for. What are you looking for in the apartment? So yes, that's it with regards to how I found a new apartment. Now the other thing I want to talk about is probably a bit more sentimental. Because as I mentioned before, this is almost 2 years since I moved to Japan. In fact, in 2 days time, it'll be my 2-year anniversary of moving to Japan. I've been having an amazing time, and a lot of those times were in this room. You know, I probably wouldn't have enjoyed myself as much if my apartment wasn't as good. You know, this is a university-owned apartment, so I did end up meeting a lot of new friends here. I took part in a lot of activities. In fact, there was even a Japanese class that they used to have here. Okay, so not everything is perfect. So one of the things, for example, was that, you know, we're not allowed to have friends and family stay over. It's a bit of a shame. So if someone wants to see you from overseas, and then, you know, they end up having to fork out heaps of money to stay in a hotel when they could easily sleep on the floor. I mean, this is a pretty big room. Yeah, so that was probably the biggest issue. The other one was that about halfway through last year, the advisor for the international researchers actually left because his position finished, and they haven't got replacements yet. So, you know, the number of activities has all died down since. But I mean, putting those aside, I had an amazing time. I mean, this place is so convenient. There's so many good restaurants nearby. There's so many options for transportation. It made my transition into living in Japan a lot smoother. I mean, if I could have stayed here the whole 4 years, I would have, in a heartbeat. Definitely. I mean, it's nice to move to my new apartment, so you've seen it. I got to furnish the heck out of it. I got to use my own bed, the bookshelves, everything. Yeah. Here I'm a bit more restricted because there's not much I can do in this particular room. In terms of bookshelves, I mean, this is a table right in front of me, bed. With the intercom there, I can put a bookshelf there. It's a window on that side. So I don't think I've ever mentioned this before, but the name of this particular apartment building is called Oiwake International House. So as I mentioned before, it's owned by the university. So this place is very close to the Hongo campus, which is one of the main campuses of Tokyo University. And so if you end up, you know, doing research there or in Yayoi campus, which is just north of that, this is a very convenient place to stay. The other thing as well is that they have increased the price. It used to be about 82,000 yen, everything included. So maintenance fee, rent, utilities. So 82,000 for this area is amazing. Unfortunately, they have increased the price now, so I believe it's about 93,000, but everything included. So it's not too bad. So yeah, my last night here. On one hand, I am sad to leave this place. Like I said, I had a lot of good memories here. I mean, a lot of my vlogs, particularly those around Tokyo, I usually have an introduction in this room. So, I mean, there's so many things I want to do in Japan. The first year I was here, it was amazing. I did so many new things, but second year, I've definitely felt that I took it too laid back. So I didn't really do anything new. I ended up doing a lot of the things I did the first year. And then the second half of the year, you know, a lot of my friends came. I was quite busy at work and all that. So after all that, I've kind of felt that this year was going to be something special, because I was originally planning to do a Singapore trip over Golden Week. Go travel around places in Japan I've always wanted to but never had the chance to, and all that. And unfortunately, right now the reality is all those are almost impossible to do because of the coronavirus. Obviously, this is a very serious pandemic that we are currently in. That's a bit of a down note to end things on, but no. Yeah. For the very last time. So tomorrow, what will happen is I'll sleep in because I'm quite tired. I've been moving back and forth between my apartment non-stop, setting up all the furniture and all that. So, and then after that, do the final packing up. I'll go downstairs, notify the staff down there that I'm moving out. We'll come up, have another search of the apartment, and then I'll do a double check, make sure I've got everything, and that'll be it for me. With regards to the other apartments, we're getting curtains. Curtains are coming. We're getting some stuff for the bathrooms as well, so you know, by tomorrow I should be in a position to live there very comfortably. So I'm looking forward to that. So anyways, good night guys, for the last time in this room, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright, so final morning in the apartment. It's a bit of a gloomy day today, so you know, a bit of a somber farewell, but yeah. As I mentioned last night, definitely will miss this place. It's been home for 2 years, and it feels a bit different from leaving New Zealand because even though I left New Zealand, you know, a lot of my things are still there, my room is still there, so it's still kind of like a home away from home, if you like. Of course, now with the whole virus situation, I don't know when I'll be going back, but you know, the thing is that it's still my home in New Zealand. I'll only be down the road for like 25 minutes walk, so it's not like terribly far from here, but this is an area that unless you live here, you probably won't be coming here at all. You know, unless I feel nostalgic for whatever reason, I don't think I'll be coming back to this area. So, and as sad as I am to leave this apartment, I'm really looking forward to living my new one. See you in my new place. Okay, so just an update. My curtain was meant to arrive, so this is the date there, and there's a time. It is now 2:30. It has not arrived yet, and I just realized that that one says that it has not even been dispatched yet. I ordered mine on the 15th. So that means that it's actually meant to be delivered either on Wednesday or Friday this week. So, bummer. This means I'm going to have to spend a couple of days without curtains. Yeah, the thing I'm most annoyed with that is the fact that they allowed me to specify today. I mean, if you had a 10-day limit or duration between order and shipping, surely you should not allow me to specify a date that does not comply. So that is quite annoying. It means I'm going to have to spend a couple of nights here without any curtain. I set up my bed. It's nice and comfy. I love it. So I can't wait to sleep on it tonight. It's been a very long time since I slept on a bed this good. The one in my other apartment was a bit on the hard side. You can kind of feel the springs underneath, so it wasn't most comfortable. This one should be really, really good. Yeah, one other thing I mentioned as well in my vlog yesterday was that the apartment that I was staying at had increased the price slightly. I said it was about 93,000, but apparently that's not quite right. It's 93,000 without the utilities. So if I include utilities in there, apparently it's almost 120,000, which is definitely a bit too high, I reckon. I mean, this apartment that I'm currently staying in is about the same price. Mind you, that apartment is fully furnished. You don't have to think about all this key money stuff, which, you know, in Japan you usually have to pay about a month additional fee. Then you don't have the guarantor fee. You don't need to go through the real estate agent and have additional fees for there. So it does still work out to be cheaper overall. But if you keep in mind the restrictions that I mentioned yesterday, you know, not allowing any friends over for the stay the night, that sort of thing, you know, debatable whether it's worth it. Yeah, but you know, overall, it was still a very nice apartment, but it's time to move on. And I'm enjoying this one so far. I just wish I had curtains. I hope they notify me when they're shipping it, because at some stage I do have to go to City Hall to change my address. I do have to go to the bank. And I have quite a lot of other admin stuff I need to do. Okay, so this is what I have delivered. So it's just a towel rack. I believe those are shower curtains and just a tension pole for me to hang the shower curtains on. I will expect one more thing coming later on, so we should be able to set up the bathroom nicely today. So what's up, guys? So a bit of an update. I've been here for 2 nights now. It's been great so far. I'm really enjoying this apartment. It's a bit cold. Mostly because I haven't got the curtains sorted out yet. But they just arrived today, so I will be setting them up soon. Right now I'm just heating up some lunch. Yeah, and I found this at a grocery store down the road. So Australian pies. I'm guessing they'll be similar to the ones in New Zealand, so yeah, I'm just testing out the oven function for the first time today. So still another 37 minutes, so in the meantime let's set up the curtains. Okay, well, I made a bit of a mistake because I thought I ordered a set of 2, but it came with 1 big one, and then I just looked online and yeah, I think I did mess it up. I was meant to have ordered 2 halves, but 1 whole. Well, here it's not too bad because you got a bed there, so all I had to do is just shift it there, and I mean, it's still pretty good. I kind of wish I had 2 for the smaller window though, but well, still not bad.